my virtual violinists. I hope you're all well. Today we're going to have a little go at Old Town Road, which I'm sure you all know. As usual, we're going to do an easy part and we're going to do a little bit more of a challenging part. But for this, you need a new note. Now, normally on your violin, you will have 3 tapes. So if you put your violin on your shoulder and have a look at your tapes that are on your fingerboard, the one that's furthest away from you, you normally put your first finger on that note, on that tape. And then you have second finger on the tape and then third finger on the tape. Now the note that's going to change for today's lesson is your second finger, your middle finger. And I always think about your finger 1 and finger 3 as being tennis players. So there's Mr. 1 there on his line, and Mr. 3 on his line. Your middle finger is the ball. So normally we put second finger right next to finger 3, and there is a big gap between 1 and 2. 1 and 2 are socially distanced, normally. Okay, but when the tennis game starts, the ball can move from 3 to 2, 3 to 1, to 3 to 1, to 3 to 1. The really important thing is to make sure that finger 1 and finger 3 stay put. So they don't move. When you move your 2 down, it doesn't drag your 3 down with it. So 1 and 3 have got to stay. So that's a really good thing to practice. And if you can do that, it means your hand's in the right shape. Very difficult to do if you've got a window like this, because your finger just doesn't want to move anywhere. So if you keep your window nice and open and you keep your fingers right on their tippy toes, then you should be able to bounce your second finger between 1 and 3 like that. Okay, so that's a really good exercise to do. So we're going to do a little warm-up tune called I Am Glad. Very, very easy. You just play A, 1, 2, 1, A, 1, 2, 1, all on the A string. You just repeat it over and over again until your audience gets bored and walks out. So if you play I Am Glad, this time it's second fingers that are high. So high 2s, far apart from 1. It's going to sound like this. I am glad and I am glad and I am glad. So we'll try it along with the piano. Start on A. Make sure your fingers are going down on their very tippy toes. Here we go. A string, ready, play. Okay, were your second fingers far away from 1? Were they socially distancing? Now, if we try the other second finger that we talked about, the low 2, it means your second finger is far away from you and it's really close to 1 this time. It's going to change the tune and it's going to sound like this. I am sad and I am sad and I. So it's the same notes, but this time with a low 2. So get your violin right on your shoulder. I'm going to start on A string. Let's try I am sad with a squash 2, really close to 1. 1, 2, 3, play. Did it sound sad? Right, just for your enjoyment at home. Now we're going to play a game of I am sad or I am glad. And the rule is, if I am smiling, then you have to put your second finger far away from 1. Okay? Ta-da! But if I have a sad face, you have to put your second finger close to 1. So you keep I am glad and I going all the time. A, 1, 2, 1, A, 1, 2. But my face is going to tell you where you have to put the finger 2. So we're going to start with a far apart 2. Nice and high. 1, 2, I am glad and I am glad. Did you hear the change in the feel? Okay, it went from a major key to a minor key, for those of you that play instruments already. Okay, so that's our twos, our low twos. Now, how you know that they are high or low in music is because they have these C's, what we call a sharp. A sharp makes things go higher. It looks like a hashtag, but it's a sharp in music. And let me find a C sharp for you. So if it's got this little symbol in front of the note, that little hashtag thing there, that means that it's a C sharp and you've got to go higher. The way you remember that is if you sit on something sharp, you go ow, and you go high. Okay? So if it doesn't have that sharp sign in front of it, that means it's a low two, it's a normal C. So we're going to have a little go of the easy part of Old Town Road first. I'm just going to flash the notes up on the screen for you and I'll shout them out. All of the notes are on A string and it's really easy because it's got a nice slow beat, Old Town Road, very easy. So the only other thing you need to remember before we play is that a crotchet is a 1 count note and it goes cat, 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 cat. And then when we get to the quavers, the kitties, they're going to be quick bows. Kitty, 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 kitty. So let's have a little go of that now. I'm going to kind of shout out the notes for you. This is the easy part. So before we start, let's get our musical shoes on. Put your violin right on your shoulder. Make sure you've got a nice open window because you're going to need both C sharps and normal Cs. So high twos and low twos. Okay, we're going to start on a high two, a C sharp. Here we go. Ready, play. 3, 1, A, high two, 3, 1, A, stay on A, low two, 3, low two, A, low two, 3, low two, now quavers, A, low two, 3, low two, A, low two, 3, back to quavers. A, low two, low two, stay on A, stay on A till the end. How did you get on with following along with me? So lots of changes between crotchets and quavers, cats and kitties, and also making sure that your third finger always stays on the tape, because if you do low twos, you've got to make sure that 3 doesn't try and catch it up and change its position. So now that we've had a little go of the easy bit, let's have a little go of the melody. So we're not going to do the whole thing because it's quite long and there's a big rap in the middle. You'll just have to use your voices for that bit and rap. until we learn the middle bit. The bit we're going to do today is the bit that goes. Now last week we talked about getting from E to A3 really quickly. If you remember when we did Team Titans, we had to have 3 really waiting in the wings ready to go down and close to the string. So you can't have your window closed like this. I know I always go on about it. You can't have your window closed like this because then 3 will be too far away from the string. And then when it's time for 3 to play, it has to go, which is quite a big movement when you haven't got that long. So let's just do a little quick practice before we'll just limber up before we try the tune. So we're just going to do some cuckoos, which are like this. Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. And let's do some tapping with third fingers. Let's go everybody down, up. Everybody down, up. Try a fatter than a caterpillar. Fatter than a caterpillar. And another one, ready, go! Fatter than a caterpillar. And if you can tap at that speed, you can definitely put your third finger down in time. So we're going to do, if you know the tune, this is not so hard. You have to do E, 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 3, 2. Let's try it together. Ready, play. And if you know the words, I'm gonna take my horse. So the words my horse are 3, 2 on the A string. So it goes like this. Okay, next bit, 2 A's. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna take my horse to the. Okay, next bit's easy because it's the same notes as the beginning bit. But one note, one bow on each note. E3, 2, Old Town Road. I'm gonna take my horse through the Old Town Road. That's the trickiest bit, getting those little cuckoos quick enough and neat enough. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna go a little bit slower. 1, 2, 3. E, 3, 2, A, E, 3, 2. Now remember, the 2s are low in this bit, the C's, not C sharps, so you have to have a big gap in between 3. So 3 goes down on the tape, but 2 pulls its way back so that it has a gap between 2 and 3. Let's see if we can add on the end bit. 1, 2, 3. A, I'm gonna. And then ride till I can't no more is an A3, 3. Okay, ride till I. Okay, and then we've got a low 2, can no more, 2, 1, A. So if we put all of that bit together very slowly, we get this. 1, 2, 3. E, 3, 2, A, E, 3, 2, A, rest. 3, 3, E, 2, 1, A. Now the rhythm is really tricky, but if you know the tune, you can let your ears tell you what your rhythm is doing with your bow. That's why I haven't put the music up on the screen, because it'll make our heads explode. So we'll try it one more time. It's very, very fast in the recording, so you'll have to practice it up a little bit before you put it together with the backing track. Here we go. From the E. 1, 2, play. 2 A's, E, 3 A's, A3, 3, E, 2, 1, A. Okay, and then it repeats. So you can have a little practice of that at home. Now the only thing I didn't mention is when we start, we've started all of our pieces up to now on a down bow. We always go 8, 4 times, then fatter than a caterpillar. This one starts on an up, down, up, down, up, down. And I always think of bows as being like breath. So, or if you sneeze, when you do sneeze, you go choo, and the choo is the strong bit, and the is like the anticipation of what's coming up. So when we do our up bow in this, we go up, down, dun, 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 and then that means the strong beat is on your down bow. So we'll just try it one more time. This is super, super fast. We'll do the bit that we know, and then we'll move on to the bit that we started with at the beginning. Okay, and then the bit that we've just done, the more challenging bit, that comes back at the end. So I'll tell you when that's coming up. Here we go. It's going to be fast. Right, remember to start on an up bow. Right on your shoulder. Start on an up. 1, 2, 3, play. Very fast, isn't it? You can have a little go of that slowly in your own time, and then eventually when you feel confident you can come back to the recording and see if you can play along. Okay, so I'll see you next week. Have a lovely time.